All right, y'all. Welcome to episode 2 of Can't Call It with your boy Jay Kells.
And your boy Jay Wright.
Hey, we back with another one. You know what I'm saying? We're a little bit off schedule. We black folks, you know what I'm saying? We not always on time.
CTT.
Yeah, man. How was your Christmas holiday, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. The kids was happy. I'm broke. So it went well, man. You know, spent all my extra little ducats.
What was the gift that put you over the top, dog?
Man, let me tell you, if you got stock in Nike, man, you just got a boost. Because I done bought like 6 pair of shoes for the family. And they deserve it. But, you know,
yeah.
We ran up the tab on that Nike online store, man.
Did you get yourself a little something?
I dabbled a little bit, a little, you know.
A little razzle dazzle.
Yeah, I got a little touch up on something, you know.
Got
you know.
Self-care is the best care.
You got to, exactly. I can't love you if I don't love me.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up, bro.
I learned that later in life, you know, kind of like Kid Cudi. Had to find my way.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Scott Mescudi. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the parents out there making it happen for their kids. And hey, man, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody, mama or granny, but y'all got to chill out with all these toys with the 8,000 pieces, dog. You ain't got to stay here. We do. So
exactly. And then we always get stuck with putting it together too.
Right.
That's another thing that is overlooked when it comes to being a dad, is that you're the cat that got to put together everything that the kids get for Christmas, man.
Yep.
Like, I ain't take no class. I ain't take no real classes. They don't teach you that in high school or nothing. So I had to put together my daughter's trampoline. It still ain't together. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest with you. That thing is difficult to say.
And that's not safe to be building if you don't know what you're doing.
Oh hell no! No, I had to check my insurance plan to see if I was covered.
Straight up. You about to die on my watch. It'd be my fault.
Nah, you can't do it, man. You can't go to heaven talking about you died putting together a trampoline.
Nah.
They gonna put you in the kid.
You know how much that bill gonna cost?
Bruh. I don't want that on my obituary, let alone having to explain that's what it is. Nah, I'm cool, man.
Hey, side note, I see this preview video of the Alabama-Mississippi All-Star game. There's a child on here named Gus Quincy.
Yeah, that's Kool-Aid.
That's his nickname, is Kool-Aid?
Yeah, he was at one point at the LSU thought we had a chance at him, but he's from Alabama. He wasn't gonna leave the state. Number one corner in the country. Yeah, Gus Quincy. I thought he was from Monroe, because that's a Monroe name.
It's up there with Lace Darius.
Yeah. That's why I thought the coldest was from Monroe. But straight Shreveport area, man. They coming back. They bouncing back with the knives.
They on Monroe's ass right now. They covered.
Yeah.
Man, but yeah, man. So last time we talked was shortly after that Florida game. And you know, we both had our reservations about the Ole Miss and old Runway Lane, what he was gonna bring to the table. But man, them Tigers pulled it out, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Pulled it out is the word, man.
Pulled it out. 53-48. It got a little tight. That second half got a little tight.
Hey, man, look, I don't mean to be vulgar, but pull out is the perfect term for that one, bro, because like you said, it was a bit tight, and we don't know if Ole Miss was on birth control, because they was about to have that baby for us, man.
Yeah, dog. It was close.
That one had me sweating at the end, bro. But we predicted that last episode. We said that there was gonna be a shootout. You can't just stop Lane with one concept. He's gonna come and keep coming at you. Once he finds out what your weakness is, he's gonna exploit it. That's what happened, you know. But it's good in the year 5-5. We also predicted that Bo Pelini would be packing as soon as the plane touched down.
Yes, sir.
And that boy didn't even hit the tarmac for real, man. They gave him his walker papers in the air.
From the house.
He flew back Spirit Airlines.
Nah, there's no business class in this.
Nah, that's somebody baby though. We gonna leave him alone.
Nah,
He's
he
somebody.
grown. He grown, and
Oh
he
yeah,
got paid a
you
lot of
right.
money.
That's true. To walk, he got paid to walk.
Paid to
Bro.
walk. Martin Luther King walks for free.
Exactly, and church bottoms. You know, like you getting paid to wear windbreakers.
Those were not even the Johnston and Murphys. Those was Stacey.
Nah.
If you ever had to walk somewhere in Stacey Adams, you don't know no struggle, dog.
Further than 40 steps, you need what them step counters called, a odometer or something, bro. Man, that's why I have more respect for Martin Luther King and them boys, because they was walking across bridges in the South
and penny
during
and hard
during the summer, bro. Like, this is straight. They boycott buses. I'm catching the bus, bro. As hot as it is out here. Even if they ain't got no AC, man, put me on that bus and put that window down, man. I'm gonna catch this good air.
I'm about to catch this bus.
Man, I'm gonna stay in the back. I'm gonna stay in the back today.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, LSU was up 34-21 at halftime, looking pretty legit. And man, that second half, Lane made some adjustments. Actually took the lead at some point in the fourth quarter, around 8 minutes to go. And man, Max Johnson led us back with 2 straight scores.
Max.
You know what I'm saying? Max ended up with 435 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 pick. Respectable. Of course, the star of the game was Keyshawn Boutte, breaking Josh Reed's all-time record. I ain't never seen nobody hit a 300 clip in a game, bro.
As a true freshman, bro.
That is insane, dog.
That is insane. Freshman. Just less than 12 months ago, this cat was at prom.
Straight up.
And here he is now, putting up, like you said, a record-breaking performance as the go-to receiver in an SEC game. Like, that's you can't do nothing but tip your hat to the cat, man.
That's tough, man.
That's heavy.
I'm not gonna lie too. I like what I saw from. Unfortunately, I don't think it's because of him, but I like some of the things I saw from the defense. Not scheme wise, we gonna talk about that later, but the kids was fighting, man. We was shorthanded in that defensive backfield. At one point, Derek Stingley looked like he was gonna try to warm up just to see if he could even give it a shot in that second half. But them boys showed some fight, man. They made the plays when they made timely plays. That's the word, timely plays.
Man, we could have got 2 picks that night, man. Matt Corral throw picks like a pack of beer, man. He throw 6 at a time, man.
Nah, he threw a 6-pack.
A 6-pack, man. That's his second game this season doing that too, bro. Like they come in bunches.
That's another thing I've never seen before. First off, what coach leaves his quarterback in the game long enough to get 6 picks? Lane Kiffin. But I've never seen nobody throw 6 picks. Not even in high school.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't even know. He got some blackmail photos of Lane Kiffin somewhere lying around or something, but to throw 6 picks and to stay in the game, like, I get maybe 2, maybe even 3. But I remember I can't even remember what the play call was exactly, but he threw one out to the flat, and anybody with eyes could see that cat was covered. You know what I mean? Like, he just laid it out there, and it was the easiest interception that LSU probably had all season. And I'm sitting there like, all right, Lane's gonna take them out, man. They got options. They got your boy
John Rice Plumlee.
John Rice, Reese, whatever you want to call him, Plumlee, sitting back there waiting in the wings, and nope, and yank him. He's the opposite of Steve Spurrier, man. Can't do it, won't do it.
Nope.
Can't win with him. He pulled a Mike Singletary on him, man.
Straight up, bro.
I just never seen anything like it, man. But I guess he knows more than us. He gets paid the big bucks. He figured they give him a puncher's chance.
Maybe so, dog. But we had who had a pick? Jabril Cox had a pick. Jay Ward got 2. Ollie Gay had 1. So both of our transfers going out with a bang. Glenn Logan had I don't know why they call that a pick. I ain't think that was technically a pick, but whatever.
Hey man,
Our boy Dwight McLaughlin got him a pass breakup.
McLaughlin.
BJ Ojolari got him a pass breakup. Yeah,
Man,
man, they made some plays, but let's get past that, man. Let's get to some real questions. Who's the starter
yeah.
next year at quarterback, dog?
Ooh, you came with a heavy hitter out the gate, huh? How much
So
Hitman Hearns with
yeah,
that one?
man. Young Max led us to two,
Yeah,
clutch
two.
victories.
Yeah.
Showed some moxie, as they like to say.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but let's not diminish TJ Finley's early accomplishments. I thought he played well when things were going
Man,
right. I think we set him up to fail in the Auburn game, but that's just me. And of course, Miles Brennan. Let's not forget
the
he threw up.
incumbent.
He threw 1,000 yards in 3 games.
The
So
incumbent. Yeah, man.
he still hasn't got a
You,
chance to put that film out there to really go like as a first round draft pick. So I'm sure he's coming back, and he has 2 more
man.
seasons. So
It's
what you think?
LSU. You don't know who coming. You don't know who coming back, man. It's LSU. We got a culture right now that Racing McMath just left. So I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
So okay.
But
So let me put it to you like this: who stays, who transfers, and who starts?
okay, yeah. Let's do a three. All right. So this is who stand, who starts, and who's transferring. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be completely honest with you. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it because they somebody babies.
Yeah.
It is you until the incumbent is no longer the incumbent. I'm keeping Miles Brennan as the starter, man. He just
Ooh.
showed me. He just showed me from those first 3 games that he could sling it anywhere.
Yep.
I felt like he went. You could see him improve, and he actually was playing at a high clip, but he was actually improving as well. And
Yep.
so I got to keep him there.
And
I say,
and those games, real quick, were against Mississippi State, Vanderbilt, and Missouri. Two,
yes, this
two,
is true.
and two were on the road. Two were on the road.
Yeah, yeah, and you have to think. Initially, you hear those names, you're not intimidated. But Mizzou went 5-5, just like we did. They
Yep.
had some nice feathers in their cap, and their
Yep.
defense isn't as bad as people make them out to be. Now Vanderbilt, obviously, is Vanderbilt,
Yep.
but I just think,
Vanderbilt's gonna come up later in this podcast for different reasons.
yeah, for different reasons. Jericho Juice is no longer in demand in Nashville, but I just think you can't unsee them right now,
Yeah.
unless something we don't see behind the scenes with that injury is going on, which we haven't heard much word out of the
Yeah.
camp yet about him. But I got him staying as a starter. I have Max Johnson staying as the
Okay.
backup, and I
Okay.
see T.J. Finley transferring out. Man, I hate
And
to say it, but
and is that Garrett Nussmeyer influenced?
the nuts. Hey man, let me tell you about the nuts, man. This cat is.
Are you
I
on the
see
Nuss
leader.
bus?
I'm on the nuts bus, man. I'm pulling it down now. Skip. Let me tell you about the nuts bus. this thing is moving at a high clip, man. But I just think TJ Finley, his mental makeup. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? We went through some ups and downs with him. And I just don't feel like he's fully engaged right now.
Yeah.
And I hate to make assumptions, but I just feel like if one of the two were to transfer out of the freshman quarterbacks, it would be him. Especially with
Yeah.
the coaching change going on and everything. If I was a quarterback and I wanted to play right away,
Yep.
this would be a perfect opportunity to do so. I don't want to see the kid leave. He's big, athletic. I think he
Ish.
has the world of potential,
Yeah.
but I just don't. It's hard to keep two quarterbacks, let alone three, maybe four.
Yeah.
So,
So to your point, man, I mean, Miles played in 3 games and still leads the team in passing.
mm-hmm,
Max played 6 games. TJ played 5. TJ had a 5-5 touchdown interception ratio, while Max had an 8-1.
mm,
And that one was a hell of a play actually, by the DB from Ole Miss. But and Max had the bigger win. Out of
mm-hmm,
those guys going on the road in the swamp for a team that was trying to win a national championship, a quarterback who was poised to win the Heisman, and he
mm-hmm.
snatched it from him, bro. I mean,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that showed a lot, man. So
Moxie.
So I'm with you, man. I think Miles didn't lose his job. I don't think Max quite won the job. I think he proved that he belongs, and
Oh yeah.
we're in good hands if Miles does go down or defects or goes to the league, whatever happens. You feel good about Max being on the team, and that you still got a chance to win. And yeah, with all the Nuss hype, I just don't see how TJ can stick around. I mean, I hope the best for the young man. I mean, like I said, that's somebody's child. Um, and he seemed like a good kid, man. But unfortunately, this is competitive sports. This is not
Yeah.
the YMCA, man. So
Yeah. It's just it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast, man.
yeah, man.
Uh, I mean, we got plenty of quarterbacks that came through with a ton of potential and had to go elsewhere and
Yeah,
start. So
yeah.
I mean, it
And
sucks that
kudos to
they out.
Miles. Miles stuck it out. As some cats would have transferred if they was Miles, but he waited his turn. A quarterback transferred in who ended up being a culture changer and an all-time great, and he still stuck it
Hmm.
out. So I mean, TJ might be on that same boat too. I don't know, but
He
I
could.
he could. But
He could.
I'm with you, man. I think Max actually ends up on the Miles plan, and
Yeah.
you might see him year 3, year 4, get a chance to really take over. Who knows, bro? But
It's, like we say, this name of shows can't call it. We really can't call it right
we
now.
can't call
But
it, bro.
like you said, man, it could go either way, and Max Johnson could end up being the second coming of Joe Burrow in a couple years. But like I said, when you have quarterback, it ain't like you can play 4 quarterbacks at a time. And kids nowadays, especially with social media and people staying in their ear, it's hard to keep them all. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
man. Somebody telling you, hey, you should be starting, bro. You should be starting.
yeah, I just don't want to see the kid go to UTEP or uh, one of them schools out west like Fresno, and
Yeah.
then his career still don't take off. I wish the best of success
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whoever makes that decision.
You really hope these kids, when they transfer, they still are successful, eventually make the league. Don't beat us. I mean, go somewhere like in the Mountain West and do your thing, bro.
Yeah, yeah. You
So
pull a Justin McMillan and go to Tulane or
you know what I'm
something.
saying? But yeah, man, enough about that. Let's get into what's really popping out here in these streets. After the season, LSU made some announcements. First and foremost, Mr. Steve Ensminger, the lifelong Tiger, transitioned into an analyst role. You gonna have to explain to me what that is anyway. Coach Bill Johnson also went into the analyst role. They both retired, but I don't know, they still got a job. I don't really know how that works,
Yeah,
but
yeah. It's
that's some white
I'm,
folk stuff, huh?
man. Let me tell you, I ain't even want to call it that skip, but let me tell you, man. It's all right. So let's go back to the analyst
Okay.
position itself. So um, this is where it started. Like we said last week, saving is above the norm and ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
And so, if you ever notice, like if somebody gets fired in the SEC or the ACC, that's a head coach, and they disappear for a year, and then you see them pop back up somewhere else, like even Brett Beamer did it for a minute, is
Yep.
they'll go to either Belichick or Saban and be on the shadow staff. And
Mm-hmm.
so, what Saban does is he builds this staff of football minds,
Mm-hmm.
and they basically get paid what what is small to them, but was like a good amount for a year for us, like 40 to 60,000, just to
Right, right.
break down film, do third down cut ups, you know, do this type of stuff that the other coaches that are on field coaches that get paid the big bucks can't really do through the normal football week because of their responsibility. So it's
Okay.
pretty much presented to them. So you see that model being taken by the other SEC schools now. And LSU was one of the other first ones to pick up on it. And they started hiring like some of the top guys from in-state schools, um, help with tight ends, help with special teams, help with linebackers, help with defensive line, but they're not full-time coaches. And so they
Okay.
could be they could actually be on the field, a few of them, during the game, but they can't really necessarily guide drills or anything like that. And so what that does is that gives you the advantage of having help making game plans, Like if I have, even Ed touched on it this off season, if I know I'm playing Florida, I know I'm playing Auburn, I know I'm playing Texas A&M, to get a jump start on that during the off season, I might have one cat just look at every game Texas A&M has played in the last 2 or 3 years for like a few weeks, right? That's
Okay.
all they do. Break down every snap, every alignment, every formation, every defensive call, and then put that information in and get a game plan ready. So by the time that week comes around, they've already
Okay.
got the intel. They've already got the intel. They just giving it now to the on-field coach and say, "Hey, this is what they do 85% of the time on third down. This is how they line up predominantly in the first half, and this is who they use as the two tight end subsets." And, this is kind of information that a coach that's an on-field coach would maybe 10 years ago would have had to do on their own. It would
Yeah.
have took a lot of time away from them. So Ensminger and Bill Johnson stepping back into those type of roles, they necessarily don't have to be that grunt work with it because
Mm-hmm.
Ed may say, "Hey, Steve, just help us out a little bit with, drawing up some drills for the quarterbacks and some third down stuff for us. We gonna hire a passing game coordinator, offensive coordinator, but I don't need you
Right.
to do much. You just come in every now and then, help out with a little bit here and there." Same thing with Bill Johnson. He's coached in the NFL for a good while. He was the Saints defensive line coach when they won the Super Bowl.
Oh,
He
okay.
was he's Ed's like pretty much his mentor. So um, having him step back allows you to get a younger guy in, somebody that's going to be on the recruiting trail to help, seal the deal with some of these big time recruits. Because what happens is when you have an older staff like that, it's kind of getting tough for them to relate to these players that are
Mm.
17 years
Very,
old,
very
18
true.
years old. So I think Ed's already a fire recruiter, but he wants to keep that fire going. And as
I
an
mean,
older
cause
cat, you
Ed,
don't probably
Ed,
want.
yeah, Ed ain't no spring chicken himself, man. So
Nah. I mean, he still drank Red Bulls. I think he got him a nice little young thing. That's. But we ain't gonna touch on that either. That's somebody's kid, man. I can't call it, man. Pimping ain't dead.
it
But
ain't. It moves to the website.
man, yeah, I just think it's opening up spots so you can get some fresh blood in and some new ideas, especially on the brain trust as your defense and your offense. Because honestly, what this season showed us is people were catching up to what LSU was liking to do, especially on offense and defense. We just needed some direction, something
Yeah,
that
bro.
said, "This is who we are. This is what we do. This is our trademark type." But we're gonna work on it. We're gonna work
Right,
on it.
right. So, and the biggest news is obviously, Bo Pelini one and done. Got the Matt Canada treatment. Uh,
Oh
what?
Lord.
Where did it go wrong, dog? What, was it just
Yeah.
not the right fit from the beginning, or was?
I that's the thing. Everybody can have hindsight and say, "Oh, I
Yeah,
knew this was gonna be shaky." But when you hear the name Bo Pelini and you're an LSU fan, it did have some sizzle to it because that was
it,
the last cat
it
that
feels
led a
good.
ferocious. Yeah, it was like, man, I remember them back in the day. They used to
We
have
were
them.
some dogs, bro.
Man, we talking about Ali Hospital and them, bro. But them cats ain't walking through the door, and also we ain't playing the traditional I formation offenses anymore. And so,
Yeah, that was a different SEC the last time.
exactly. So now you got: do we stick to a 3-4? Do we stay in a 4-3? Bo likes to run a 4-3. Ed wants to run a
Hmm.
4-3, but we got the pieces for a 3-4. So
Right.
if, like I said, hindsight's 2020. If you would have took more time into it, you would have said, okay, if I'm a hire Bo, we gotta let them know, man. We got these 3-4 pieces. We're gonna have to
Hmm.
play some 3-4. We're gonna have to mesh that in with the 4-3 and kind of transition. You know, it can't be just a complete flip. And then also, COVID just hit at the perfect time. We didn't have a true spring training or off season with
Yeah.
these. And so I think that combined with the fact that Bo hasn't really been calling defenses in a long time. So it's almost a rhythm thing. When you're calling offensive defense, you get into a rhythm where you're comfortable saying, okay, I kind of know what guys are trying to attack, what they're trying to do. And I think Bo never got into that rhythm. He never got comfortable with his play calls. I think he wanted to keep the players comfortable, but he was making himself uncomfortable.
Right.
And when you do that, it's not a good mix because now you're getting frustrated. You know, you're probably calling stuff out of emotion and everything is just kind of thrown for a loop. So I think it was a perfect storm of it not working, man. It
Yeah.
probably looks back and says, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, but this is high stakes college football, man. You got to vet your people a little bit more thoroughly,
Yeah, the one thing about Ed I do appreciate is if he see it ain't working, dog, he'll pull the plug, dog, as opposed to the Les Miles years where Les was a loyalist and just tried to ride it out to see if it was going,
man.
correct
Yeah,
itself, with the
that
Matt
is
Canada
true.
hire and with this Bo Pelini hire, it was like, nah, bro, I'm not going out like that. So it's gonna hurt.
Hey,
That buyout was pretty steep. So I know the administration saying they're not just gonna be throwing these checks around like that. That's what they say. But
man, look,
they on
when you
they
need money, you're gonna find it.
it's gonna come up. They gonna pass the
It's gonna
collection plate.
they gonna find the money, man. You see, they wouldn't have made the decision to cut them so quick if they ain't had the funds
Oh, they was liquid. Those
already.
funds were in the account. They wasn't waiting for no transfer. They wasn't waiting for no check to hit on the first. Them funds was readily available.
Oh, you can catch that now, bro.
Yeah, there was no
Put your government
pending.
money on
There was no pending account balance. That was all. That's what you got available. Available.
Hey,
Uh,
for real,
so
man.
so 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 now technically we have two openings, right? We got a offensive and defensive coordinator opening, correct?
Yep. And defensive line coach, linebacker coach,
Yeah. So
you know.
I've only been hearing about the defensive coordinator, but I haven't heard any offensive coordinator names. Let's run through some of these potentials real quick. These are the names that
Okay.
I personally have seen come up. So
Okay. Do you want to
uh
do a one word association with them or what? What you
let's
want to do, man?
let me give a quick I'm gonna give the name, a quick little resume, and then you give me a yay or nay, or do you think,
Indifferent.
yeah, give me something. Just give me a quick little one sentence synopsis.
All
Charlie
right.
Strong, uh,
Cool.
for, for former. He's currently the Bama analyst, as you brought up. Former
Mm-hmm.
UT coach and former Florida defensive coordinator. What do you think about that?
Hey, check the Carfax, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, I actually think it might be an okay hire, but he needs to go through 3 or 4 interviews before you
Yeah.
sign off on that.
Okay, that's cool. Will Muschamp, former South Carolina coach, used to
I'm
work
gonna
at
stop you,
LSU.
man.
We can stop there.
Hell no, man.
That,
That's,
that's Bo Pelini 2.0 in my opinion.
that's
Just
Bo Pelini 2.0, man.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
nah.
Derek Mason, the Vandy coach, former NFL player, made his name coaching, I guess, with Stanford when he was a defensive coordinator
Mm.
there. What say ye?
Do you like Soul Glow? You like Jerry Curl Juice? If he still has that haircut, I'm gonna say no. But nah, be for real, man. I'm gonna keep it 100. If he's a 3-4 disciple too, man, and
Okay.
I don't think it's a good fit. I can see why people would like him, but
Yeah.
I don't think he's a good fit. I just don't see it
Yeah.
happening.
And I also I don't think he's gonna get the job, but I'm tired of hearing people saying, man, Derek Mason can't coach defense. Look at Vandy. My guy, he was at Vandy, bro. Like,
Yeah,
you're not getting no 5-star defensive backs or defensive
nah.
lineman, dog.
Nah, they got beakers in their backpack, man. Them cats.
Yeah, when your best alum is Aaron Rodgers' little brother, dog. That's not a fair playing field, dog. So we're not gonna count them.
Hey, man.
Chris Richard, defensive play caller and passing game coordinator from the Dallas Cowboys. I don't think he's coaching this year, but have you heard much about him or?
I actually think he was in the running last year. I thought he was, but I'm not 100% sold on him either, man. I think, like I said, they need to sit down and really interview these cats, man. I work at a bank and I got interviewed 3 times.
Yeah.
I
mean, the one thing I do like about him is he's pretty young. He's like 40, I think.
Yeah.
And he's also coaching the league, so that's always a plus. And he was a player, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm not gonna lie, nothing about him like excites me really. Ryan Nielsen, Saints defensive line coach, and also played for Ed at one point and coached with Ed. Got some Louisiana ties there. What you think about that one?
Man, you could wait for the Super Bowl. Yeah, go for it, man. Like I'm honestly thinking the Saints can make the Super Bowl. But another thing, when you go to them pro ranks, are those coaches willing to come back to the college game and recruit? You know, you have to go. You got to go hunt in the college game, and NFL. Your groceries are already in the refrigerator. You know.
Yeah, and that's one thing. People always make the Joe Brady comparison. Like, well, Joe wasn't really recruiting; he was a passing game coordinator. I mean, and he was only here for a year, so he didn't really have to do the full cycle of what college football entails. So I kind of want to dispel that myth. So now we got the two names that I think are really the legitimate front runners. We got Mr. Corey Raymond, aka DBU, Mr. DBU, our DB coach. I mean, the man's been around the program for I feel like my whole life. What you think about a master recruiter? What you think about Mr. Corey, man?
I'm gonna keep it now. Skill, let me keep it 100 with you. Man, look, I never want to put a black man down, and I probably did that a lot today on this episode. But
like Chris Richard Black, ain't he?
Yeah. Oh damn, man, my ancestors rolling over right now, but I can't do it, dog. I can't do it. And this is why. Defense, playing, a secondary position is a lot different than playing linebacker or defensive line. Right. And yeah, you may understand the concepts. You may understand how they play together, but it's a lot different being a secondary coach and a defensive coordinator. Yep. And so if Ed's comfortable with it, I'm comfortable with it. But I just know being a guy that used to play in the secondary, I had no idea what the linebackers were doing on 42 Doug. You know what I mean? Like it's like, all right, well, what's the coverage, bro? That's all I need to know.
And I need to figure out who I'm stopping.
Yeah. Now you have heady players like Jacoby Stevens, and he knew the whole defense when he was under Aranda. But most of the time, these safeties and corners ain't trying to figure out what this defensive tackle doing on the nose technique.
Right.
So, yeah, I like I said, everybody got an interview, but for him, he's going to have to prove it on the blackboard, man. I'm going to have to throw him in the fire like Gruden's QB camp or something, man.
Okay. So then the hottest name in the game right now, Mr. Marcus Freeman.
Yeah.
The Cincinnati DC, 34 years old. Hey, my man, chill. I'm talking, bro. I'm talking. Go play them games, man. Okay, you ain't playing no games. He's the most serious 2-year-old on earth, man. But yeah, man, a young cat, 34 years old. Cincinnati had a hell of a season this year. I think he could connect to the young guys. What you think about him, man?
Man, this is the one you got to go get, man. And the reason why I say that is because he's young, but he's also coached enough to know what to do and when to do it. You know what I mean? Like he's got
Mm-hmm.
defensive coordinator experience. And I was just reading up on like some of his concepts, and he plays a lot of banjo coverage. And
Okay.
you know, banjo is a switching man defense. But
Right.
you see now, like a lot of teams run pick routes, and so you're playing at different levels of man, so you can
Mm-hmm.
switch off on those pick routes. And so I feel like with that's what half the teams are beating us with, you know. So I think he would be a perfect fit recruiting wise because
And we it's a true Papa
hey,
Trunk edition, man.
hey man, you can't call it, man. You can't predict when them kids gonna come in, man. Hey, we need y'all to play defense for us.
Straight up.
Come sign up.
Cash is definitely defensive minded. Cannon definitely got wide receiver written all over him if he does play. Hey, he ain't trying to get hurt. He ain't trying to get hit.
Hey man, I already got a bag man for them. Once they ready to sign with Death Row Records,
You know what I'm
we
saying?
putting them on,
Hey,
man.
you seen the speed though. You seen the speed.
Hey, hey, hey,
If
that's all I need, man.
if Ted Ginn can still be in the league with no hands, I mean
Bruh. Just to get
anybody.
up, get out, and get something.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
all you need, bro. That extra gear.
So
But
yeah, I'm with you, bro. I like what Marcus Freeman's doing, man. I like the aesthetic works. I mean, I hate to say
yeah,
it, but I mean that's Ed needs some he needs some buy-in from the culture after this past season.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think having a guy like Marcus would help. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Corey Raymond would actually embrace him, man. To see a young African American male with that opportunity. I don't think Corey would sabotage that or be salty about it just because he
Nah,
potentially wants the
nah.
job. I think Corey Raymond actually, I think he's one of the few guys that puts the program first, man, and I think he wants to
Yeah,
see LSU
yeah,
be the best it could be. So whether it's him as the defensive coordinator or somebody else, I think he's gonna continue to be that great recruiter and ambassador of the program, man.
yeah. He's like Ensminger, but on defense.
Right,
You
right,
know.
right, right. That's a perfect analogy, man.
Yeah.
So
So I
oh, go ahead. What you was about to say?
I just said I was just gonna say, like I said, I don't want to throw a black man down. I just think Corey is what you want in a true Tiger, man. So that's I ain't slighting him when I say I don't think
Yeah,
he's ready for the defensive coordinator job.
yeah.
But yeah, I just think Marcus Freeman, he's young. He's been calling defenses for a minute now, and he'll be able to relate to the players. Right now, you need somebody that's gonna put some pride in them, man. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
that was a record-breaking defense that just
For
gave us
the
a ton of yards
for the wrong
for
reasons.
all the wrong reasons, man.
Um,
But
yeah. So let's transition to the offensive side, man. This is kind of the more quiet side, but I'm looking at Saturdays down south, and I see we've allegedly narrowed it down to 4 candidates. This is according to the Advocate, which is a real newspaper. Uh, they got it down to Steve Sarkisian, Lane Kiffin, Mark Helfrich, and Matt Canada, which that makes no sense to me. But
bruh, the
I
last
don't know
one
if
is a
I can
lie.
trust this. Yeah, that don't
Nah,
sound right.
nah. This might have been 4 years ago, maybe.
That boy Cash said he not going.
Hey man. but man, that article sounds like that might be 4 years old. Cause
Bruh. Oh, you right. It actually is 4 years old. Okay, cool, 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 cool.
cause
My bad. That's bad information, fellas. Team, guys.
hey,
That's bad
real time.
information.
This is real time. But let you know, hey, I'll be paying attention, bro.
I was like, man, Canada, we seen that movie.
Hey,
My
man, he
fault.
said he want to run it back. Man, Canada probably somewhere in North Dakota right now watching Brokeback Mountain on the 12 inch. Man. He ain't got nothing to do, man. He ain't got nothing to do.
Oh shit. Okay, here we go. I found an updated. Here we go. Top 3 replacement options for LSU's Steve Ensminger. We're on LSU Tigers. We're on the USA Today, so now this is a legitimate source. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
this is yeah.
All right, so
Repeat.
let's see. Let's see what we got here. We have, hey, all these ads gotta relax.
We
Uh,
need sponsors. Anybody want sponsors? We need sponsors.
hey man, holla at us. We building.
I'll
We
promote you.
got Phil Longo
Yeah,
at Ole Miss.
yeah,
Looks like we have, who is the next guy here? BYU's offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes.
yeah, yeah.
Um, we also have Florida's offensive coordinator Brian Johnson. He black. We just gotta put that out
Yep.
there.
Say it
Uh,
again.
he black.
Yeah.
So yeah, looks. Oh, and also Graham Harrell's floated out there. Might not be a strong candidate, but it's getting floated.
Mm-hmm.
So what you think, man? Like I said, I haven't heard a whole lot. I'm looking this up on the fly. So
Yeah. So the first name you said was Phil Longo.
yeah,
He's been calling plays for a minute. And I think him and Ed have a relationship, if I'm not mistaken. But when you get with a team like Ole Miss, or even in the Florida instance, who's really calling the plays there?
yeah,
Because you got Lane Kiffin, who's heavily involved in the offense, who has a play sheet of his own. So I don't know if you're trying to mimic them. Maybe you do want to go that route, but you got like I said, you gotta fully vet these guys and go through the interview process, because you may find out that, hey, you want to go this direction, but this guy is really not running this offense,
yeah,
And so
and
that's why I say the same with Florida's Brian Johnson. He used to play quarterback at Utah, been under the Dan Mullen for a long time. Is Dan Mullen calling the plays, or is Brian Johnson calling the plays?
that's
The
true.
same situation. So, I mean, yeah, he's young. He seems to be bright from what I've heard, but
Yeah, he's only 33,
I
so
just
that would be crazy to have a
yeah,
33-year-old court offensive coordinator and 34-year-old defensive coordinator if that's what eventually happens.
the NAACP will be happy,
Oh
but
yeah.
uh, are we really going to let them, spread their wings? I think actually both of them would be good fits in that.
Hold up,
If
bro. This the same Brian Johnson
yeah,
that played at Utah
yeah, yeah, the
under
quarterback,
Urban. My heart hurt.
yeah,
Meyer.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
I, yeah,
I kind of likes that.
Mayo Clinic, yeah, yeah, that's the same cat, man. Back when Utah had a little run, I mean, they decent now, but they was back then. They was trying to
Yeah.
be 13-0.
Cause I'm looking at the age. I'm like, shit. He around our age. Utah was kind of cold. They had a dude named Johnson. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah. All right.
that's him.
I'm
That's him.
sold.
Same cat.
Look, you hearing it from Jason Kelly of the Can't Call It podcast. I want Brian Johnson and I
And
want
Marcus Lee.
and Marcus Freeman. Make
Hey,
make LSU black. Let's do it.
I'm with it, man. I'll sign that petition, man. Look, hey, we already got Corey Raymond and Mickey Joseph, man.
You know
Might
what
as
I'm
well get
saying? Sorry,
Brian
Derek
Johnson,
Mason.
Marcus
You,
Lee.
you black too, but nah.
But nah, he had a Jerry curl a couple years
Yeah.
ago, though. I can't do it. I
And
can't do
Charlie
it.
Strong
But
is you haven't been air quote successful since Tim Tebow days. I can't. We're not going down that
I,
trail.
that's what I'm saying. He would be like the Black Bo, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if he's consistently called a defense, and like I said, you gotta get in the rhythm with that. I don't trust it. I don't
We
trust
ain't got time for that. We
No,
in transition right now. We ain't got time.
yeah, it's win now mode, man. You gotta win now.
Straight up.
So yeah, I think like you said, those two candidates you actually should push for. I think Brett Grimes was he's actually offensive line coach here, and then he got
Okay.
hired away by BYU to be their offensive coordinator. So, I mean, if you were thinking about moving on from Coach Clegg, the offensive line coach, then you could hire him and he could serve two roles. But I think it's difficult to be an offensive line coach and offensive coordinator because those guys tend to want to run the ball more than they pass it, and that's not going to bode well for the future.
I just feel like that's an outdated model, man. Like we're in a league and game of specialization at this point, man. I mean, look at special teams alone, man. You have kickers now who only do kickoffs, and then you have your long range kicker and your short range kicker. Like the young man we have, Cole Atkins. That's not the norm. He's the exception.
No. Yeah, Bama don't do it. They don't give scholarships to kickers, but
we see why. Most of the times they don't need it, and when they don't have it and they need it, that's when they bite them. But the days of trying to run two position groups and be the coordinator, that's dead, bro. We, like you said, we got analysts now. I didn't even know what that was. We got cats who only study third downs. You got cats who are only passing game coordinators. Our fathers did not grow up with passing game coordinators.
Nah. The passing game coordinator was that receiver in the huddle arguing all the time with the quarterback.
I'm open. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm open. Every time.
The safety to the other side every time. You don't throw this fade, I'm gonna give you a fade.
Yeah. I understand I'm covered, but I'm not covered. I'm still open. He's not really holding me. He just defending me.
There's a difference. Bro.
Yeah. I'm always open though.
Man, look. Just as long as we don't bring back Billy Gonzalez and nobody like that, man, I'm cool.
Nah, dog. What was the cat's name who I think he went to, did he go to Baylor with Aranda? The little young cat.
Yeah.
The little young
not Jorge.
They said he was the Joe Burrow whisperer. Munoz.
George Munoz.
Yeah.
It's really Jorge, but they call him George, man, because I think he's trying to get, white house privilege.
Yeah.
But
he trying to get the Manny Diaz.
Man, they got fired though.
Yeah, that's true.
They just got him and your boy Larry Fedora got let go, man. Aranda ain't playing. He learned it from Ed.
Well, clearly he has no body here, so he might be a serial killer, bro. He ain't got no emotions.
No, you can't tell. You walk into his office, you like, Dave, you all right? I don't know. Is he?
you tell me if I'm all right. We still don't know Dave Aranda's race.
We don't.
2020.
The last name don't help. The first name don't help.
He has no strong features.
He could be Polynesian.
He could be Creole.
He could be Russian. We have no idea.
He could be Mexican. He could be
Canadian. Canadian ethnicity. He might be Canadian.
Who knows, dog? He could be Spanish, like from the Armada.
Man, that would be the best episode of that finding out who you are on PBS with that black man. They do David Aranda, they're gonna say he's global. They need to do Ancestry DNA, Ancestry.com on him, so figure out where he's from.
David Aranda blood is probably worth a lot of money.
Probably so, man. Like the golden child. That's what he is. He's the golden child.
Dog. Man. What if David Aranda, the golden child came out in the 80s?
He's right on par.
Yeah, let me look up David Aranda real quick. How old is David Aranda, bro? Let's see here.
He ain't eat the oatmeal with the blood in it.
He 44, bro. He could be.
He's the golden child.
He could be.
That's it, man. He touching everything, turning to butterflies and shit.
Bruh. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. We just
solved it.
The golden child is Dave Aranda. That's gonna be the cover of this podcast episode. I'm gonna put the golden child up and have Dave Aranda next to it.
We figured this shit out, man. It took us a minute. and he had to leave, but we found out who he was, man.
That's
Cause
crazy. And then look at the places he's coached, bro. He's coached at Hawaii, Utah State. These are all
yeah,
places where you could be Polynesian,
yeah,
you could be Hawaiian, you could be.
all places you can go to get away from Sodom Noomsby.
Yep. He went to Cal Lutheran. We all know they be trying to
Yeah,
convert folks. Like,
he a monk, man. I'm telling you.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we figured this.
crazy.
We saw this, man. I'm telling you. Now we just got to find out if Carmen San Diego is real. But
And
we
what is a
know
gum?
they.
And what's a gumshoe? We all know what that is
I
either.
don't know, man. That sounds
And
like
why was that black woman
re
talking so
like
loud all the time?
1920s. Her mouth was big, man. I don't know, man. She had like the talking horse type gums, man. I don't know. I don't know. That's the next mystery. We're gonna solve that next episode. Once we get an offensive coordinator, we're gonna find out if they was dating Carmen San Diego or something.
Yes, sir. So, yeah, man. I guess we before we leave, man. What are your thoughts for the future, player wise, and what are you hoping to see next year? What's your expectations for
Man,
2021, man?
what I hope for, it just got crushed today. I was hoping we would retain people, but you see, Racing McMath leaving. That's what separates.
I thought that was already official. No.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it today. I could be
Uh,
late, but I just thought he would stick around. Even though we have a loaded receiver group, you like to have seniors on the team. You like
yeah,
to have people come back. That's how
I ain't
Bama
mad.
stays on
I
top.
ain't
That's
mad.
how Clemson stays on top. But you probably got some
I think
keys
with
to
Coy Moore and Kayshawn and
yeah, we're in good hands.
yeah, we
We're in good
alright. We alright.
hands. Yeah.
I
But
do
yeah,
uh Ed brought up a valid strategy of recruiting the seniors. I think that's a and the juniors. I think
yeah,
that's a key to this COVID crisis with everybody getting an extra year of eligibility. If you can use that mouthpiece and get these cats to reconsider and come back, because I mean, this was a wacky year, bro. A lot of people didn't have no clean tape.
mm-hmm.
So if you can get some of these guys to come back and get the opposite of what happened last year, mixed with the experience that these freshmen and sophomores got, I mean, things can
Yeah,
turn around real quick. In
real
Baton
quick.
Rouge, man.
Yeah, that's why it's disheartening to see Racing McMath go, but you're happy that Liam Shanahan already said he's coming back because he improved as
That's
the
big.
season
That's
came
big.
on, and the offensive line needs to have some kind of consistency, especially
Continuity, man.
at center.
Continuity.
You know, where you call the line calls and shift the protections and stuff like that. So I just want to see some fight. That's
Yeah,
all.
man.
I just want to see them, stop making them off season videos where they show them working out and just work out and
But
and
yeah,
and try to get better. You know, like don't
yeah,
get me wrong, best video team in the country, but still, man, come on.
yeah. I mean, I want to see a Andre Anthony come back. A
Hmm.
Todd Harris. I mean, these aren't like huge names, but like you said, for continuity purposes, does Jacoby Stevens come back? He didn't have the greatest senior season after a great junior year, but I don't know. I don't know what to talk. What we hearing?
Yeah, I think he got on.
I mean, probably so. John Trey Kirkland. I don't know. Does he come back? Do we loaded at wide receiver? I don't know if we need him per se, but
Yeah,
uh,
I
I'm trying to
I
see
think those type
who
of
down this
cats, I
list.
think they gone, man. I
Chris
think
Curry's officially gone, right? Didn't he?
yeah, he announced he's going to the portal, so.
Yeah.
And I actually think that's a bad choice for a lot of cats right now because of the NCAA saying you get another year. But what is going to happen is you're going to have teams that are going to look and actually shop around. They're not just going to take anybody now. They're going to be like,
Mm-mm.
all right, yeah, we could fit this guy here, we fit that guy there, and it's also hurting high school recruits too because normally in a normal year, you
You
have
don't know
some
where to
teams
go.
sign. Yeah, you got 25 cats signed, and they're all high school cats. But now you got to save spots open for transfer kids because it's so flooded right now. So
Yeah. What about
it's just
Trying to see here. I'm just going through this list, man. There, do the transfers have to go, or can they stay one more year? I don't know how's that work.
They can stay.
So like uh the Ali Gays and the
He
Jabril
needs to come
Coxes of the
back.
world. I mean, I think
Yeah,
Jabril Cox should leave. I mean, I
I
want
think
him to
he's gone.
stay, but
Yeah.
he's a 3-time champion in North Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
He made some solid plays here. I mean, granted, you wanted to better from the total defense, but I thought he played well.
Yeah,
For
he's
go
our
ahead.
most consistent. He's our most consistent defender, man. And,
Yeah.
he showed that he's the new type of linebacker that the league is leaning towards now. So
Yeah.
I think he should go. But Ali Gay definitely need to come back.
Darren Evans, do we need him back? Oh, I'm not trying to be funny.
I ain't gonna talk about nobody's kid, but
yeah, man. So Lloyd Cole, I don't even know who that is. He from Grambling, apparently. I ain't know. Oh no, he from Bossier City.
nah,
I guess he went to
man,
Grambling
him and
Lab.
Darren Evans.
We gonna
Yeah,
keep moving.
they can
Cameron
chill.
Lewis, Monroe's finest, from
That's
Wasman.
Monroe, Rose City.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can come back, man. Just because he's from Monroe.
Zach Von Rosenberg, I think he already declared he coming back. He gonna be 36 years old.
Yeah, he older than us, man.
Bruh.
Might
There's
as
a
well
cat.
come back.
We got a cat named Ezekiel on the team. I ain't know that. He a place kicker. I ain't know that. Who else? Torrey Carter is a senior. I don't know.
I think he gone just because we really can't find a fit for him.
Yeah.
No matter what offense we run, he hasn't been getting on the field much.
Yeah, Ray Thornton, the linebacker. I don't know.
Need to come back.
Who else we got here? Liam. Oh, you said Liam's coming back. Who else?
Now Ed Ingram needs to come back.
Austin Deculus is also a senior.
He needs to come back too, but I can see him leaving just because he started so long. He probably tired of the wear and tear.
Yeah. So he's from Mamu, but went to Cy-Fair High School out here in Houston. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Who else? Neil Farrell's also a senior. He's going to the Senior Bowl though, isn't
he? Yeah, so you can count him out.
Yeah. And Glenn Logan, also a senior. I think he's gone, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think a lot of the defensive linemen are gone, except for, like I said, Ali Gay need to come back. He needs to come back.
And I want him back. I saw flashes. We just got to get that, all together, man.
Yeah, he's definitely talented. It's just you got to get that experience, be more refined, so that you can improve from year one to year two, and then go get your check, man. Go get your money then.
Get your money. But yeah, man. I mean, I think that's it. I'm with you. I just want to see some improvement. I don't think I'm not expecting a national championship by any means. Me and you've had plenty of conversations about the dark days of where LSU came from to these sunshine and rainbows that we've experienced since 2000. Let's call it 2000, basically, when Nick Saban got there. But man, for you youngins out there, in the 80s and 90s, LSU was not a powerhouse team.
It was not the place to be.
Nah. So, I mean, when that young man named Nick Saban took over, that's when we went up. And, a lot of people was mad at Les, but Les kept the train going, man. We was consistently winning 10 games. It wasn't pretty, but we was winning 10 games. So, yeah, man, nobody wants to be 5-5, but I think under these circumstances, and it was a perfect storm for us to go 5-5, honestly. I mean, national championship, record-breaking season, people defecting, Corona, lost a bunch of coaches. I mean, it was just everything, bro. I mean,
perfect storm, man. It's better than 3-7 though.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought we was gonna be 3-7. So
you said that. I think you text me during I think it was the Auburn game where he said, "I don't think we gonna win another game, bro."
And that was true. That was coming from the heart, man. I was like, that's it. We the worst defending champ ever, man. But
yeah,
they
man.
bounced back.
So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this one up, and we'll probably come back whenever LSU makes some hiring decisions, which is probably like you. Now that you mentioned it, a lot of these names that we looking at, they still got bowl games, they got playoff games, so it might be a little while. So be patient, Tiger fans. Don't expect nothing to happen overnight.
Yeah, just keep dancing in the rain, man. Dancing in the rain like little. Do it for Little Saint.
Yep.
Do it for Little Saint.
And in the meantime, we're gonna come up with some cool stuff. We might do some like game rewatches or some our favorite players of different position groups or something like that. We'll come up with something.
For sure.
I know we done this exercise in the past through text messages, so I think we could just bring that to the podcast.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, you got any parting shots or you good?
What can I say before I go? Keelan Williams is still running all over Virginia Tech.
Nah, if you're not a true Tiger fan, you're not gonna get that reference. But
man, look. Blacksburg is Cracksburg. I remember I said that tailgating for that game. And
shout out to young Nick Basconi.
Nick Basconi,
the Italian stallion.
That's my boy, man. Hope you get your shout out, man. Get your roses while you still can.
You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man, it's simple love, man. We gonna keep Tiger Nation informed. We gonna how to be black and also LSU Tiger fans. That's all.
Yes, sir.
That's all I gotta say.
In the words of Coach Webbie, it's up.
It's up. Back to the bubble.
All right, y'all. We gonna holler at y'all, man. It's your boy Jay Kills.
It's your boy Jay Wright.
And we can't call it, bro. We'll holler at y'all. Yeah.